What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be talking about the headlight switch in a 2022 BMW X5 because it's a little different than what you might be used to. So if we pan the camera over to the left, right there are the headlight controls, and you'll notice right off the bat that it's not a traditional headlight switch. Instead, you have 6 buttons to control the different functions of the headlights, and the default setting is automatic, and you have a pilot light that lights up in green to let you know that automatic mode is active. So to turn the lights off, you simply push the off button. You also do get confirmation on the instrument cluster whenever you've pressed one of the light buttons. So for instance, if I want to return to auto, it will say driving lights automatic. If I turn the lights back off, now it says lights off. If I go low beams, it says low beam, and then parking lights, and back to auto. So, parking lights is right below automatic. You just press this, and that turns on the parking lights. And then, if for whatever reason you wanted your lights on manually, say it was precipitating during the daytime, you can press this button and that turns the lights on manually. Interestingly enough, you can leave the lights on permanently if you so choose, and they will turn on and off automatically with the ignition. So you have the choice between automatic lights and semi-automatic lights, in the sense that yes, you can leave the light switch manually on permanently for safety reasons, for example. The only thing I will note is that if you do that and your vehicle is equipped with automatic high beams like this one here, automatic high beams will only work if the automatic mode is active. So we're going to put it back into automatic mode, and I will now toggle the automatic high beams off with this button. So as you can see, the pilot light for automatic high beams is now off, and now it's back on. A nice feature about newer BMW models is the fact that if you turn that setting on and say you activate manual lights, it turns off, but then when you return to auto, that setting is retained, so you don't have to reactivate that every time like you did previously. I'm not sure what year BMW changed that, but I'm glad they did, because that was a much needed move. So now I'm going to turn the car off, but before I do that, I'm going to activate the parking lights. Now I'm going to turn off the car, because if you're in parking lights or lights off and you reactivate the ignition or turn on the engine, automatic mode will be automatically re-engaged. So I'm going to turn on the ignition without starting the engine, and as you can see, automatic mode has automatically reactivated itself. But like I was mentioning earlier, if I turn the lights on manually and cycle the ignition, the setting stays that way. And then if I turn the lights off and cycle the ignition, it will return to auto. The reason for that is, let's say somebody borrows your car and decides to mess with the headlight settings. Well, with this light switch automatically returning to the automatic mode, you don't ever have to worry about possibly driving off with no headlights on at night, because the system automatically returns to auto every time you start the car. And also, the roadside parking light buttons here only function if the ignition is off. So as you can see, because the ignition is on, those do not function. I'm going to turn the ignition off. Now I've set it to the right roadside parking light. You can kind of see that reflection of it in the bumper of that Lexus. And now I'm going to activate the left one. Same deal. And then in either of these modes, if I reactivate the ignition, automatic mode is automatically reactivated. Which I must say is really, really cool. Last thing I'll note is that if you're driving above speeds of 6 miles per hour, off will not work. And if you're driving above speeds of 20 miles per hour, parking lights will not work. So you can press the buttons, but it will say, for example, lights off, not while driving. So that means if you're driving above speeds of 20 miles per hour, the only two modes you can switch between are manual lights on and automatic lights. Well, that's all I have to share with you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you enjoy your ride.